Hi everyone! In this video, I'll be explaining Excel formulas. One of the most powerful things about Excel is its ability to do calculations just like a calculator. You can add, subtract, multiply, divide, and more. These are the basic math operations that Excel does, and these are the symbols you will use if you want to do these operations in Excel. And all formulas begin with the equal sign. So whenever you want to do a formula, you need to begin with this sign right here. Okay, so how do you make a formula? For example, if you have a list of costs, how do you write a formula to add them? Let's practice. So I'm actually going to go to the GCF Learn free website, and I'm going to download this practice workbook, and I recommend you do the same. Okay, so imagine you have a catering company and you want to use Excel to write receipts or invoices, yeah? So these are your budget and paper supplies. So for your catering company, you need to have plastic silverware, napkins, plates, and plastic cups. So these are the things you ordered. So and so let's say you bought 15 boxes of plastic silverware and each box cost $8.75. So you want the total. You want to multiply 15 times $8.75. So that's what you would need a formula here to multiply these two. Or maybe you want to add these two numbers. You would need a formula to add this cell and this cell. Okay, let me go back to the explanation. Okay, so these are the basic math operators. Now cell references. In Excel, we usually use cell addresses to make a formula. Remember, a cell address is like A1, D5. Okay? When we do this, it's called cell reference. When you use a cell reference, Excel will do the correct math even if you change the values of the cells. So for example, let's say you're making a budget for painting supplies, and the paint costs $200 and the paintbrushes cost $30. So this is my formula here. I want to add B1 with B2. So I'm going to put this equal sign, B1 and B2. Then I press enter on my keyboard and you will see the calculation. And even if I change the numbers, let's say the paint ended up costing more and the brushes ended up costing more, you can change that and the formula will always do the math for you automatically. You don't have to change the formula again, okay? The formula automatically recalculates when you change the values in the reference cells, okay? Remember, these are cell references, B1, B2, cell references, and this is the formula. Okay. These are just some other examples of formulas, if you're adding or maybe subtracting or dividing or multiplying. In this class, we'll mostly just focus on adding and multiplying because I don't want it to get too complicated. We're just learning the basics, but I did want to show you that there are more operations, okay, and to show you some more examples. Okay, now I'm going to show you two ways to make a formula, okay? Actually, I'm going to show you 3 ways. The basic way is to type it in, and that's the slowest way. So let's say, okay, so I'm here in sheet 1. We're going to focus on sheet 1 here with my empanadas and more, Sabrosa empanadas and more, budget and paper supply. So I want to multiply this and this to get the total. So remember, you begin your formula with the equal sign. And then I have, it's B4, so I can type in B4, and then multiplied is this symbol. And I want to multiply, okay, this one, 875, that's C4. That's the cell reference, C4. So I'm going to type that in, C4. And then I press enter. and that's the total, okay? That's the slowest ways to just type it in, okay? Another way to do it that's a little bit faster is the point and click method, okay? So basically, I'm gonna delete this. You type equal, and then I point and click. This is the first cell I want to multiply. And then I put the symbol. I have to type this in. I put the multiplication symbol, and then I point and click here, and then I press enter. So I'm pointing and clicking instead of typing, B3 or B4 and C4. Okay? So that's the point and click method. You can also copy formulas with the fill handle. So like right here, I want to basically do the same formula for the napkins, the plates, and the plastic cups. And to have to click and point for each one would take a long time. But what Excel has is this thing called the fill handle. It's this little triangle right here. And basically what you could do is you click on it and you drag it down, click, drag, and release. And it puts the same formula here in these cells. So you can see here this is B5 and C5 multiplied by C5. And then I have B6 multiplied by C6. So that fill handle copied the same formula, and it took 2 seconds or a second to do instead of pointing and clicking or typing in the formulas. So that's the fill handle. It's this thing right here. Okay, just like I did right now, what I'd like you to do is go to that website and download that workbook, Sabrosa Empanadas and More, and practice writing formulas, using the point and click method, and using the fill handle. So like I showed you before, download this document, open it, and then practice, okay? If you don't have Excel on your computer, you can always move it into your OneDrive, okay? You can click and drag it into the OneDrive. I'll show you how to do that. Oh, before I forget, I also want you to practice here. So we have the June budget and July budget, and you want the total. So this is going to be plus. You're going to be adding. So first I'll begin with, okay, first you click in the cell where you want the formula. I put equals, click, plus, click the second one, and then enter. And there I have my total. And then I'm done with this worksheet. Okay, I'm going to save it. Okay, you can also move this into your OneDrive. So go to your Palomar email and go to your OneDrive and go to your folder, and you can click and drag it. And this is it right here. It's a few seconds ago. So you can also rename it so you remember the name. So maybe it's Sabrosa Empanadas and More. The practice. And then I rename. So then I can find it over here. So then I know it's in my folder and I can open it later again. And you can also click and make edits and change it. Okay. All right. Yeah, so what you want to do in that sheet 1 is multiply the items, total the items, and total the June and July budgets. Oh, I'm going to do this again. For some reason I copied it into the folder the wrong copy, but remember, to make a formula you'll click enter or the equal sign, click and point, the mathematical operation, click and point, enter. I'm going to use the fill handle. I want the total here, so I'll put equal, oops, equal, and I want this plus this plus this plus this. And then I press enter, and then I have the total for all of the rows. And also for this, we want to add these two as well. I'm going to press equal, click and point, plus, click and point, enter. And there you have the totals. And it's saved in my OneDrive. Okay. This is all practice, and next week, our final week of classes, we'll be doing more Excel. So don't worry if you don't understand everything all at once. We'll slowly learn, and I encourage you to come to Zoom if you can, and we'll practice together. Bye!